Michelle Patterson here with Ella Vaughn, and I was doing some travel reviews today very casually. I'm being very casual with the light. I don't know what this is going to do with that, all that sunlight behind my head. It's going to be terrible, but try to fix it in post. But anyway, I wanted to just give some quick tips for traveling. Okay, now this is me in the United States. I'm talking about domestic travel. It's just going to be a quick little video, I think. If you want to check out some of my tips on how to get through airline security a little bit faster just by being organized and being prepped ahead of time, check out my Denver airport review. I do go into that a little bit. But one of the things that I absolutely love to do is to pack light. I could probably outdo a Marine with how I pack. I mean, honestly. One of the things that I love to do, of course, you have your I only do carry-ons now because I don't want to deal with, losing luggage or anything like that. But what I typically do is I usually have just one bag. So when I travel, I'm a woman. So instead of having a big purse with me and then like a rolling bag, sometimes that's appropriate. Like you might need that bigger bag. Like this time for Christmas when I travel, I need to take a roller bag because I'm bringing home a bunch of cookies and things for my family. But typically, I have either one bag or a bag within a bag. That's my big thing. And I usually carry a wristlet when I am traveling. Just something for my phone, my earbuds, my credit cards, my cash, my ID. That's all we need, right? And I have it in a bag with my liquids, with my makeup. So this might be a little girl-centric, so if you're a dude watching this, just ignore the part about the makeup if you don't wear makeup, right? But what I love to do is I always have something within my bag. It's all compartmentalized. That way when it goes through security, there's nothing jumbled. They can see clearly what it is, right? I always have my makeup with me. That doesn't go anywhere else, right? I mean, even if I had a roller bag, I wouldn't even put it in that. It goes with me because when you get onto a flight, if you are taking a roller bag, you have to pack as if that might have to get checked. Always bear that in mind. And if it's kind of impossible for you to fit everything from, like, let's say, oh, I'm going to store my iPad in there because I don't have any room in my carry-on. Well, make sure it's on top and always carry a little lock with you. I always keep one in my right-hand pocket or in my little wristlet or whatever if I don't have pockets. In case I get onto the plane and there's nowhere for my bag to go in the overhead bin, if I have one, then the valuable stuff, I just rip open my bag, take out the valuable stuff, tuck it under your armpit. If you've got no other bag to put it in, just stick it under your armpit, zip it up, take your little lock out, snip, snip, it goes on, it gets gate checked or whatever, and you can just sit there with your iPad in the back of pocket. You don't have to stick it in your bag if you're just carrying a small bag, okay? So that's tip number one. If you have something besides something that's just going to go under the seat and it's something that you want to put in the overhead bin, be prepared to have to check it. And that means either you don't put things in there that you don't want checked or that can't be checked, okay? So take your lithium batteries out of there. You can't have those in checked bags, okay? You can do and carry on. Or if you have valuables, have them on the top, have a lock with you, whip it out, lock up your bag, and let them take it, okay? The other thing, tip number 2, have your little pampering go bag, okay? So what would that be? That would be anything that you're going to need on the flight in a separate bag. So that's the bag within a bag, okay? For me, I have this reusable, I think it's supposed to be a sandwich bag, but it's just a tiny little square. It's just big enough for my cell phone, some earbuds. My cell phone has books on it, music, TV shows. Heck, I even went on lynda.com one time and downloaded some courses for me to listen to on the flight. You can do that. If you pay a certain amount, you can download the courses. So all my media, everything is in my phone. Like I said, my earbuds. It's perfect size to put a little snack. I love, actually Nature Made has come out with these little almond butter cups. That's what I take. Or a Cliff Bar or something like that. So I put the little thing in there, a wrapped up napkin, take lip balm. Okay, if you're laughing at me right now, no, take the lip balm. You're going to need it. And take a soft lip balm, okay, because it's solid and it doesn't take up much space. You're gonna need lip balm because it gets so dry on these planes. You're gonna need the lip balm, but you can also, for me, my hands get really dry too. And it's like, I know, like I sound really fussy, but I've just traveled enough and I want to be comfortable. And this is ridiculous. So I actually use the chapstick or lip balm on the back of my hands as well. Because it's solid and it's small, it's like everything that you need right there. I also take gum or breath mints or, something of the like, and I might even have a little packet of ibuprofen in case I get a headache or, something like that. So really, again, it's just a little square like this. It has all that stuff in there. Anything that's going to keep me comfortable while I'm flying, boom, it's all right there, okay? You can also take, and you've heard this one before you even get on the flight, you can take a little empty, I actually carry a little, what are they called? Little canteen thing. Not a canteen. Where am I getting this word from? What is it, 1952? And we're on a safari. You know what I'm talking, like a water bottle, like a sports water bottle. I have one that's actually meant, it's pretty. It's not really kiddie-like, but it's like for a kid's lunchbox. I carry that empty, and then I take it over and I fill it up at the water fountain, and then I just put that back in my bag. And, so you can take out, when you sit down, get your seat, you take out the little packet that you're going to need. You put that in the back of your seat. You take your little canteen, and you put it in right next to it, and then you stow your bag, and then you don't have to keep getting in and out of your bag, because here's the thing, guys. Planes are tight. Planes are tight. And especially if you're at the window or at a middle seat, if you're constantly having to like move down and move over to get under the seat, you're disrupting the people around you. You might be hitting the back of your seat. Just plan ahead, a little bit of planning ahead. Everything I'm going to need, a pack of tissues too, excuse me. You need to have some travel tissues. I also take cough drops because, again, the air gets very dry up there. People look at you like you got the croup if you start coughing, so I always take a soothing cough drop. So I have that in my little pampering go bag for the plane. So boom, 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 it's all done. Everything you need is right there. Of course, I'm sure there are other things that you could put in there, like women might want their makeup in there or what have you. Now, speaking of makeup, like I said, always goes into the bag that goes under my seat. Now, I have gotten to be, again, you want to do double duty everything with your makeup. Now, the smaller the better, the lighter the better. So I have this really cool, it's from Tarte. I have this cool little compact. It's only about yay big. And it has a blush, it has 4 shadows, and it has a mirror, okay? So I either take that or I take a mini size, maybe a separate mini sized blush and a mini eye palette. So the Viseart just came out, Viseart just came out with a palette that's incredibly small, very travel friendly. Absolutely adore it, absolutely love it. This is a great time to bring your double-ended brushes as well. Again, double duty on everything. I do not carry a highlighter with me, nor do I bring bronzer. Well, actually, I have a travel size bronzer that maybe I do take every once in a while. But my eyeshadow compact, there's a perfectly toned eyeshadow in there that I can use as, not a bronzer, but as a contour. And then there's a perfect eyeshadow in there that I not only use on my eyes, but use as my highlighter on my cheekbones as well. For travel, I also, for my foundation, there is, what is it called? Maroon? Something like that. It's actually a solid foundation, so I don't have to, or a powder foundation would be perfect. So I don't have to put that in my liquids. And, glass bottles for foundation, those can break. They're heavy. There's liquid. It's going to spill, all right? So I tend to take things either like I said, a powder foundation or this like cream foundation. I actually just keep that in my makeup bag. That might be something that's supposed to go into my liquids bag, but I've never done it and they've never stopped me. Eye pencil, if you have a little one, a lip pencil, again, any sample size lipsticks, this is what I typically bring. And I use a brown eyelining pencil and eyeshadow as my brow, So literally I have a pack about this big and that's all I need for all of my makeup, right? So just bear that in mind. You don't need to take a whole lot with you, and you'd be surprised how many different eye looks you can do with 4 eyeshadows. Now, you might be somebody who's like, no, I could not possibly. I just actually did that for Thanksgiving. For some reason, I got on this kick where I was like, I want more colors available to me when I travel, and I happen to have an Anastasia Beverly Hills single pan, and it's just in like a plastic clapper package. That's not what it's called. I just made that up. But, click, click. It doesn't matter. Anyway, little, light. That's the idea. And it was this cranberry color. So I just popped that in with my neutral palette that I was taking, and that was enough. And it didn't add any weight to it. There was very little chance of it getting broken. Sorry about that, guys. My card was full, and I figured while I'm up, I may as well turn on my ring light, which means I got to take off my glasses because otherwise you just see the circles on my glasses. So it's a mess now. All right. So what I was saying was just a final tip for traveling with your makeup. Take stuff that you have already used. So when you're home, if you tend to reach for your larger palettes, let's say, but the smaller ones, you kind of don't use them, or maybe you've used them a few times and then you lost interest and you just went on to something else. Take those very well-loved smaller palettes, whatever they might be, blush, eyeshadow, whatever it is, take those to travel. Number one, it's a good way to use up your products. It's a good time to bring all your travel size stuff too, right? Like how many of you get subscription boxes and you have face washes everywhere, but you don't use them because you have your main face wash in the shower already, right? So with makeup though, take that one palette the smaller palette that you've already used quite a bit. That way if it gets broken or you lose it or something happens, all is not lost, right? So I wouldn't typically take a brand new palette with me unless I'm just in love with it and I can't be without it, right? Even then, I wouldn't. It's not a habit of mine, right? And also the same thing goes with lipsticks. You know, you don't need a full-size lipstick if you're going to be out of town for a week. You know, one trial-sized lipstick. You can even take one neutral lipstick and you can sort of work the color a little bit to get a different shade by using your blush. Okay, so and then you know, put your little lipstick on and just with your makeup brush, just put a little bit of the blush over your mouth and kind of blend it a little bit. Make sure you pat around here so that there's no fallout or whatever. You can even set it with powder if you want. I mean, if you're going to get crazy with it, you know, because it's powder and cream mixing and then you can kind of set it. But, you know, you can manipulate the color of one lipstick, one teeny tiny little lipstick if you want it to be more burgundy, or you can maybe have an eyeshadow that color that you can mix with your lipstick, okay? Same kind of thing goes if, I don't know why you would be, please don't leave me any information on this because I don't want to know, but if you, if you're traveling with like Vaseline, for example, or, oh yeah, she went there, or if you have, let's say you have a lip balm that, I have one that's actually very Vaseline-like, and it's actually a lip balm, that's what it's for, and it doubles as a hand cream as well. You can always put a little of that on the back of your hand and mix in your blush into that, and now you have a lip gloss. There's lots of things that you can do, but remember, always double duty on the makeup, on the products, even the lip balm that I took on the plane. Remember, like that is lip balm and it works for your hands as well. So keeping it small, keeping it compact. And the last, I said that the makeup thing was going to be the last thing. This is the last thing. You always, 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 always have a spare bra and some undies, okay? Have them in your little bag, not in the bag that might potentially go get checked, okay? You have it with you. There's tons of stuff around your home, I'm sure, that you can put it in a nice, discreet little cotton bag. I have Sephora Play little cotton bags everywhere. It's perfect to shove my bra down in there, some panties, a clean pair of socks. You might want to put a toothbrush in there because you can always get a hold of toothpaste. Don't worry about that unless you want to bring toothpaste with you. You can always bring a travel size of that in a liquids bag. But make sure that stuff is with you. That way, if you do end up having to stay at a hotel, not so bad to have to wear the same clothes the next day, but you want to have certain things to be fresh. So just always, you're basically packing with the expectation that you might need to stay over somewhere or that you're going to be somewhere for a good long while. And that's why you also want to bring a scarf. Is always an amazing thing to bring on the plane with you. I tend to like to bring an infinity scarf that's kind of thick. Not only can I wear it sort of like a shawl if it gets too chilly on the plane, I can also wrap it around my neck and it kind of supports my neck if I want to just sleep for a little bit, okay? Double duty, but you can wrap it up. It fits into a purse, okay? And these are just all ways that you can keep yourself incredibly comfortable on a flight, at the airport, you know, wherever you're going to be. And plus, when you have an infinity scarf and you're wrapping it around you, it feels like a hug. So if you get super stressed at the airport, you can put that around you. GABA, you know, check with your doctor, of course, as always, but I take some GABA with me, just chewable tablets in case I'm getting stressed out. I mean, there are lots of little things that you can do. So please share your tips down below. Let me know what you think about what I said here. If you have any ideas, let us all know. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care.